personally for yourself the Jeet Kune Do process over the years,
Uh-huh.
being a seminar-based teacher?
Right.
Guru Rick would say a lot that quite often, as long as we went back and worked the material
Mm-hmm.
hard, to
Mm-hmm.
the best of our ability, that sometimes we could end up at the same level or even a higher level than some people were at the academy based on just the work and going back, learning more, and developing a process. What is
Yes.
what did your process look like while you were learning?
In the beginning, I tried to do everything in every way that Inasano did it.
Okay.
So I tried to make unified martial art the unofficial Miami, Florida branch of the Inasano Academy
Mm-hmm.
until I grew up
Yes, sir.
and realized that my last name is Woods.
Mm-hmm.
My last name is not Inosanto.
Yes, sir.
And nobody is going to come to my school because of my last name. But people are going to come to my school because of the quality of what I develop and what I put out. Not
Mm-hmm.
just because my last name is Inosano or, look, even if there were people that came to my school because they heard that I was Dan Inosano's Miami representative,
Mm-hmm.
nobody stayed because of that.
Yes, sir.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
right? That might be their initial impetus.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have a quality program, a quality product, let's use that word,
Mm-hmm.
right? Probably more accurate to use a quality process, right?
Ooh.
They're not, right?
Yeah.
They're
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to stick around.
Of course.
You see? So it's like people like me versus people like Rick Fay, and this is his own words. I came for Bruce, as in my first seminar.
Mm-hmm.
I came for Bruce Lee. I stayed for Dan Inosanto. Rick Fay, I've heard state that he came for Inosanto and stayed,
Mm-hmm.
right? I will admit that that was not me. I mean, yes, in a way I did go for Inosanto because he was all, like I said earlier, everything that I understood pointed to him
Yeah.
as the guy. So I did go for him. But it was Bruce Lee that sent me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was Bruce Lee that sent me in search of Inosanto, and then I stayed because of Inosanto.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So nobody came to my school and stayed because of Inosanto.
No, I think that's fair, and that makes total sense, sir.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's essentially, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
nobody came and stayed. Nobody came and stayed because of Inosanto.
Because he's not there.
Unless I misread a whole bunch of people.
Well,
Right?
that
And they
can
were like,
happen
well,
too,
what?
but
Yeah, so
I doubt it.
between 1989 and 2006, if I misread them, then they were there simply because every year we brought Dan and Asano to Miami. So maybe they did stay for that. I don't.
But they weren't training
Right?
week to week. Well, like, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I'll remember.
I'm just kidding.
No,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I went to the
Right.
New York Martial Arts Academy. Neil Kaliff, it was his school.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first time I realized that Guru Dan was actually coming there, like, I like ran home and called Steve because anytime I had seen Guru Asano, I had to go to Atlanta, I had to go to Indiana or go to Chicago, and now I was at a place like he was gonna come, you know?
So that would have been 1989.
No, that was in the 90s. I believe I was
Oh,
there in 1995 at the New York Martial Arts Academy.
okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general that at that time period, I was there to train and to further my studies.
Right.
And it just so happened when Guru was there, I was like, that's great. It's phenomenal. But I didn't go to
Yeah.
class every week for the few years that I went there. I didn't even know he
Wow.
was going to be there. I was just there to
Oh, okay.
train. So I don't think
Yeah.
anybody stayed with you for Inosanto if they were coming, other than during the seminar times,
Right.
but
Yeah. No. Yeah. So like I told you earlier, just about everything that I do originated within Asano because he is like my major source of education
mhm,
in the JKD process. Okay. But of course, other people have contributed,
absolutely.
right? No, most notably, Chris Kent and Cass Magda and Paul Vunak and Burton Richardson and Rick Fay, right? So those are the guys who in my on my computer they all have their own folders, but their folders are numbered. Everybody else, their folders are just by name, but
Yeah.
these guys have numbers, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Like
Right.
a reference material.
Yeah, no, I mean, and Tim Tackett, I got a lot from Tim Tackett. I even got a lot from Larry Hartzell, even though, Inasano was my major source. But
Mhm.
I mean, Dan Inasano himself will tell you, well, don't just get it from me. You gotta train with these guys also. So we did that.